Okay, let's start right here. All right, arm swings. All right, squat up on the toes. All right, upper body. Golf swing. Marches with your knee tap or slap. Open it up, stretch the chest out. All right, go ahead and put your band on. When you're ready, we'll start just with some penguins. You can go a little forward and back. Alternate if you're going forward and back. If you're just going to side, you're fine. All right, let's go to monster walks. Core tight. Bring that foot in. All right, let's go lateral, 5 to the left, 5 to the right. Keep that resistance. Don't bring the foot all the way in. All right, standing clamshell. Good, other side. See if you can get those upper glutes to activate, not just your hip. All right, you guys, good. So watch me real quick so I can show you what we're gonna do and you can figure out what weight you need. So we're gonna go with one weight and you wanna tap the floor with the weight, curl press, and then a knee up. And we're gonna do the same side over and over for about 40 seconds. So one weight for that. The second exercise is two dumbbells. You're gonna go all the way to the floor, burpee, come back in that low squat and stand up. And you can do your modified burpee by going back and then make sure you're squatting and stand back up. And then we have sitting on the floor with two weights for military press. And then we're going to Russian twists with one weight. And then stand back up. And we're gonna do a bent over row in kind of a lunge position. All right, so have a couple of weights to choose from. We're not going as long as usual. We usually do 50 seconds. We're gonna go 45 or 40. But first one, don't switch hands. Tap, curl press, and knee up. All right, you ready? All right. And we're gonna do 3 rounds, but the third round, we're gonna mix it up. Okay, so just be aware because this is gonna feel like a lot. But that third time around, we'll mix it up. And make sure you're squatting. Good. Okay, rest. Same thing, other side. Make sure you're squatting. All right, rest. So this is kind of hard. You have your two weights, squat, put them on the floor, burpee back, squat, and then just stand up. I'm sorry, no presses, and you just stand back up. Okay, ready? Squat down, weights on the floor, burpee back, and then just stand back up with the weights. And then do the modified burpee if you need to, where you just go back with your legs. So on the floor. Oh yeah, you guys got it. Good. Good, good, good. And make sure you're in that squat position. Come up. Good. And you don't have to press, Abby. That was my bad. You don't have to press. You just stand back up. So yeah, burpee back and then stand on up. Core nice and tight. Stand up. Good, good. All right, so let's go to the floor. If you need to grab something a little lighter because we have military press. So have a seat. Knees are bent, core is tight, back is pretty straight. The back is straight. You're just probably angled a little bit, but core tight. I would exhale when you push the weight overhead. Okay, you have 10 seconds to rest, and I would either just rest your arms or lay back if you need to, because then you're gonna grab that one weight and we're gonna go to Russian twists. All right, you ready? Russian twist. Go slow, be in control of the weight. Remember to breathe. All right, so we're gonna do some bent over rows. So stand on up, grab your two weights, stagger stance, kind of a lunge type position, and row. Okay, switch with your feet, put the other foot forward now, get into that position. Same thing, rows with your other foot forward. And good, rest. Okay, that was the first round. Figure out if that was the right weight, get some water, and we'll do it again. All right, let's grab that weight for the squat and then curl press. All right, let's go. And take your time. Make sure it's a squat and that you're not just hinging. Squat. Okay, rest. Same thing, other side. All right, let's go. Hey, Abby, try to bring your other knee up. It'll flow a little. Yeah. If you felt like you were a little off balance, that was why. But it works. All right, so we got our two weights. Put them on the floor with the squat and then burpee back and then just stand up. All right, time started. Good. All right, we're gonna go sit on the floor, bent knee, military press straight overhead. Hey, Mike, try them like this, palms facing forward. Just try it, yeah. And it'll work your posterior deltoids and a little bit in the lats. So unless you are doing them because of a certain way, then try them like this. All right, well, that was the time. Let's go to Russian twists in 5 seconds. All right, go. Good. All right, let's stand on up and let's get in that lunge stagger stance position for rows. Shoulder blades down and together. Bring those weights to the hips. Inhale, exhale. Switch your feet. Did you switch your feet? Okay, there you go. Not a big deal. All right, awesome. Okay, so water if you need it. We're gonna mix it up just a little bit for the last round. So for our squat curl press, I want you guys just to switch it at the bottom. So no rush, no rush. We still got like 30 seconds. So what we'll do is we'll tap the floor, and then at the bottom, or like right here, we'll switch. Whoop, I did the same that thing Abby did. Good. So we'll just switch hands wherever you want, down low, tap the floor again, and then curl, press, knee up if you can. If that's just too much and too weird, just get the curl and the press in. And then we'll do the burpees again, military Russian. And I think we're good. Let's just keep going with the same stuff. All right. So only this one that will kind of switch it up a little bit. It's kind of tedious. All right, in 5 seconds. So squat, curl, press, and then somewhere down low, switch your weight. Squat, curl, press with the knee up if possible. But try to get low in that squat position. If you can touch the floor or just switch weights to the bottom, just make sure you're giving me that squat. And you don't have to go super fast. It's a whole lot going on. All right, good. Okay, so let's do our burpee again, and then just standing up. And if you're done with those burpees, you're welcome to just give me squats with the 2 weights. Remember, keep that core tight when you're coming up. Use your core muscles to bring your body back up. Make sure it's that squat position. Utilize those abs. All right, good. On the floor. Knees bent. If you can, palms forward. Core tight. Exhale on your way up. And try to get those abs to stabilize. You're working your core. And then trying to feel it in the front, middle, posterior deltoid, and hopefully a little bit in your lats. Good. Rest. Just take these 10 seconds to rest if you need to stretch. Russian twist. So I'm going to make you guys feel sorry for me. We went to Colorado and back in like 38 hours. And we drove in our coach's Porsche SUV, McLaren. Cool car, but definitely didn't feel good on my body for sitting in that car for what, 6.5 times 2 within what, a day and a half. So my body and my back and my hips. I got back home and I appreciated my van. 3, 2, all right, let's get those rows in. Switch your feet, switch your feet. Good, back straight, pull, good. Awesome, rest. Okay, cool. So have that band close by. Let's do like 5 minutes of abs and then we'll put our band back on for some like basic rehab type stuff. Clamshell, some bridges. All right, water if you need it. Meet me on the floor. If you're already ready to rock and roll, give me some crunches. You know what? I think we should go ahead and have a dumbbell close by so that we could do our full jackknife. All right. Get that full jackknife. Hover, hover, crunch. Feet hover, weight hovers over the floor, and then crunch up. And on these, you're going to feel that arch in your back, and that's okay because we know what we're doing. Good, and if you don't want to put those feet that low or you want to keep them a little higher, that's cool. If it needs to be a little higher today and not hover so low over the ground. All right, go ahead and rest, just rest. All right, let's go heels to the ceiling. So feet up, straight leg. Good, okay, if you want to just stretch for a second, relax. And then we'll put the feet back up in the air, and then you're gonna do a crossover crunch. So opposite elbow to knee. All right, rest. Hands underneath your low back butt area. Single leg, scissors. Good, okay, rest. And then let's get one more set. We'll go jackknife with our weight. All right, ready? Okay, rest. Flip over to your stomach. If you need to stretch out your stomach with a cobra, that's cool. All right, so we're gonna do back extensions. So Superman, arms up, legs up. Hold for that second at the top. Inhale, exhale on your way up. Core tight. Good. Push yourself up and back. Give me a few cat and cows. And then let's get another set of Superman, and then we'll put our band on. We're almost done. All right, let's do those Supermans. Good. Okay, push yourself up and back again. We'll stretch a little bit. Any cat and cows you want to do, and then go ahead and put your band on. Let's go ahead and get a bridge. One vertebrae at a time, so pelvic tilt. Keep that resistance, one vertebrae at a time. Build in the glutes. Let's go ahead and take those hands and reach to the ceiling. I want you to slowly come down with your butt, a little bit of a rest, and then go ahead and Open up those knees again, pelvic tilt, lift on up. Keep that resistance with the abduction, and I want you to go down slow with your butt, tap it, and then come back up. But keep the resistance. And then hold at the top. We'll do that again, just down a little bit, slow, and then back up. And one more, slow, core tight, back up. Awesome. All right, so meet me on your side. Let's get clamshells. These are good for all of us. I know it's easy, but they're good for us. Core tight. Make sure your hips stacked, knees are stacked, that it's not hiked up. Try to feel it in the upper glutes. Hold for that second. Good. All right, let's go to the other side. Same thing. Good, just make sure it's glutes. I know you're gonna feel it a little bit in the hips, right? Stack those hips. Good. Let's go back to the first side. We're gonna make it a little different. We're gonna go just a static hold, so bring it up and hold. Try to fill in those glutes. Back down, give it a sec, and then back up, hold. You're probably feeling in the lower hip and glute as well. Down, back up. Down, back up. Last one. Good. All right, we're gonna do that same thing, other side. You ready? All righty, go ahead and pull it up. Down, back up. Down and up. Hold it. Down, up. And rest.